Hi guys, it's your friendly neighborhood Bubble Bro here. We are the authorized distributors of the DrinkMate home soda maker here in the UAE, and of course the cylinders that I suppose work on it. And what I'd like to do today, just briefly, is to introduce the DrinkMate, give you guys an idea of what it's all about, what it can actually do, and how to get the best results out of it. So I suppose maybe to start with, it's worth mentioning that most soda makers are designed to carbonate water, and then you add your syrups to them, or you flavor the water to suit. The thing that's really special about the DrinkMate is it has patented technology or patented design that actually allows you to carbonate practically any pulp-free drink straight in the soda maker itself. So the thing that's really cool about that is you can actually even carbonate juices or practically anything you can think of, so long as it doesn't have any pulp in it. But without further ado, the DrinkMate itself is relatively easy to operate. Doesn't require any batteries. Doesn't need any electricity. Just operates basically off this cylinder. And the way to set it up is quite simply just to quite literally get rid of that. Take that lid off. Slide the cylinder into. There's a hole there. Slide that in. It screws into this. Hopefully you can actually see that from this distance, but it basically screws into this point here. The idea is to make it sort of hand tight, relatively tight. Close the lid back, and pretty much you're set up to go, ready to go. So once that's done, your machine is ready to go. The easy way to take the bottle out is to just slide it up 45 degrees. The bottle will then slide out along with this part here, which is called the Fizz Infuser. This is the technology that basically allows you to carbonate practically any drink that doesn't have any pulp in it. And obviously we'll show you how that works in a minute. But quite simply, once you're done, take the lid off, put some water or your favorite juice or anything you'd like pretty much in there. Pausing for effect. There is a maximum fill line. You don't particularly have to fill up to that line, but obviously you'll get the best results or the most use out of each cylinder if you fill it up, because otherwise you're basically filling whatever gap you leave with gas to get it to the pressure that you need. The lid goes back on. It locks in just as a kind of a click almost. You slide it back in at that 45-degree angle. Lock it back in place. There is a carbonating button here. For the best results, what you need to do is to carbonate in 1 second bursts. So something along the lines of and you keep going until you hear a hiss, which basically tells you that it's been carbonated to kind of the maximum. Because it is a relatively manual machine, it's essentially your choice how much you carbonate. That's carbonating to the limit, but if you wanted to, you could obviously run less presses, or obviously go for less presses and actually get a lighter carbonation. To get it out, again, slide it out of the actual machine. Like I said, this Fizz Infuser has a dual valve system that actually is the way that you can actually get rid of the pressure. With other soda makers, once you take the bottle out, you're depressurizing there and then. So if you have anything in there that would otherwise foam up a bit more than your average sort of drink or the water, then you'd obviously end up with a nice big mess. With the DrinkMate, this Fizz Infuser basically has a slow release valve. It's this tab that when you open it, you'll hopefully hear that it's actually kind of getting rid of the excess pressure slowly. If you had a juice in here, you'd start to see the foam coming up, and then once it hits the top, you can actually just close it, let it rest for a little bit, and then start again, resume getting rid of the excess pressure once the actual foam subsides a little bit. But if with something like water, you can obviously speed that process up with what is called the fast release valve, this blue tab, which if you were to press it, will get rid of whatever excess pressure was in there. Then the lid will come off relatively easily. Obviously don't try to open it with the bottle still pressurized. And pretty much there you have it. Nice, simple, sparkling water. Obviously, like I said, you can actually get quite creative with what you do with this. So, some of the things we do at home are apple juice, half apple juice, half water. We carbonate coconut water every now and then for a little bit of a twist. Sparkling iced teas. I suppose your imagination is the limit. You can actually try whatever you'd like to. So long as it doesn't have any pulp in it, it can pretty much get carbonated. And that's basically it. I suppose when it comes to the cylinders, we obviously supply the cylinders that this machine works with. Each cylinder is good for up to 60 liters, depending on how much you carbonate and obviously how much space there was in the bottle when you carbonate each time, because like I said, that does waste a bit of gas. But you should get up to 60 liters per cylinder. When the cylinder runs out, we're basically available online and at all organic foods and cafe stores. All you got to do is either order online or head into any organic foods and cafe store, and what will happen is right on the spot you can exchange that empty cylinder for a full one. Any questions, any comments, anything, please get in touch with us. We're happy to answer any questions you might have, and we're super excited to be representing such an awesome brand. We feel that it's going to be something that's great, as opposed to a great addition to any kitchen. It doesn't really have much of a footprint, but it can actually really turn your kitchen around or your household around by no longer having to carry around all these bottles of sparkling water, and with all the waste that would otherwise come with that, with all the bottles that you're throwing away. We're quite excited about helping cut back on that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, drop us a note. Cheers.